I must admit that was very enlightening. I was have to admit them. I was very ignorant of um, the state of affairs in terms of relation to disability rights in Ireland. I wasn't aware of them at all, and to be honest, I am a bit shocked. I generally usually shocked. So I often say, being cynical as I am, but I am quite shocked today. To be even far behind where the rest of the UK is in both sides of things. If there's now human structure on safeguarding, and they haven't quite got to independent. They do the same with independent living strategy, though. So we have in the rest of the UK. We have the legislation, but the progress seems to have lagged way behind. Looks like we've got progressive legislation, but progress seems to be 30 years beyond the actual legislation in the UK. On the face of it, and again, I'm saying the microphone because I'm not aware of legislative factors in the island. They seem to be far behind where we are, which is, quite shocking. A brief Google of it seems that they have health services executive, and you contact them, you request an assessment of need, and the Disability Act of 2005 and also people to request a full assessment of their health and educational needs. HSE conducts the assessment and its outcome determines the services support you can provide. Comments up-to-date guidance on navigating your social care, contact the citizens information service. I guess that's the official the citizens advice service. I'm not sure whether that's a public service in terms of provided by the state or whether it's public provider. They have at least a national advocacy service. Very confidential service with adults, Inclusion Ireland campaigns for people with mental disability and information advice. They've obviously got a number of these organisations. And Centre of an Umbrella Group, Disability Federation of Ireland, Access Business Services. HSE offers a range of services for people which can include supported accommodation, independent living services, home help, respite care, and dive services in personal assistance. It was for disabled people, protection from discrimination. As I said, people in Ireland have the right not to be discriminated against, or accessing a wide range of goods and services as well. Some represent to the DDA, what an assessment of need under the Disability Act. There's a 5 right to independent living based on the unique Convention of Human Rights, supported decision-making act, is very similar to the Mental Capacity Act, and advocacy support. So at least a right to free, independent, and competition advocacy. That's good. Whether it's the same as what happened here in terms of the care at the UK, where it was prior to that, there was no legal right for local authority to provide advocacy, but obviously now there is. But the problem is they're funding advocacy, so the strength of which, whereas before independent advocacy, the strength of which was in many cases, not all, but in many cases was very strong because and independent. I'm not saying that there's not good advocacy now there is, but obviously if you're the provider is a local authority that you're trying to gain in, then there's a lot of independence there, and there's question marks as to, which system's better. I think it's obviously the right. Legislative right to advocacy is always good, but you need a stronger web service that will challenge all local authority providers. One thing I did find interesting is there's a Regulated Professional Health and Social Care Amendment Act of 2023, and it said this act makes social care workers a regulated profession with legislation managed by Corvu, health and social care professionals council, which is very kind of surprising. We're talking 2 years ago. So does that mean that social care work was unregulated till that point? That's very interesting. Obviously, I don't know their history, but it's interesting. If that's the case, then probably millions of credence to the article and the concerns that were in the article. It seems as if obese initiatives and rights are fairly new. Things such as regulation of all care workers is, essentially a Wild Wild West up until 2 years ago, and that kind of shows how lottery maybe the social care system is for disabled people in Ireland. Mind you, even in the UK, yes, we've got, a body for support workers and social health and social care workers. However, if you're a personal assistant, i.e. independent, direct payments or personal budgets, as it is for people at home, they are still unregulated. There's no body for them. So, there's still elements of that in our system. And like I say, I'm not, I don't know, I'm not, no knowledge of the Irish system. But, and also it's, it's butchers, it just simply looks as though on the face of it, we're further ahead than Ireland. Are we? Really? Because, again, skip saying episode after episode, this story after story of, legislators up there, but he's there, but it's not being enforced. And as I've been times before, for us, I was going back in time 30 years rather than forward. So, it's to try and just shows the picture that, say people, no matter where you are, either in the UK, Ireland, or internationally, to struggle and, just be more reason for more unity across the globe, so we're able to work together to where we can, for those who can, to build stronger links among bums and like I've said before, in my personal opinion, I think we need disability think tanks. I think we need think tanks to write disability legislation again, to try and campaign and have a picture of what's possible realistically and moving forward. And you need to get that, my opinion, to, think tanks of people actually, versed in policy and lobbying and, those who knowledge of Whitehall, etc. and so forth. To reach there will be, their heart is able to, obviously we've got some people in the laws and things, so it's, I think that's what's needed for. Not just here, but internationally, and obviously, this article is an example of that, so I hope that, they get more progress in Ireland. Obviously it's not like, they're not miles behind the UK, but they are. They're still behind us, but we just hope, things improve forward, regardless of where they are in the world.